Imagine waking up every day knowing that a single mistake, one wrong step, or a sudden change in the weather could be your last. Around the world, there are houses built in places so extreme that they completely defy logic, engineering, and the human instinct for survival. Homes hanging from cliffs, perched on frozen mountain peaks, isolated in the middle of the ocean, or built on fragile structures that could collapse at any moment. And the most terrifying part of all, some of these houses are still inhabited. Today, you're about to discover the most dangerous houses in the world. Places where living isn't just a challenge, it's a constant risk to life. Get ready, because this list is far more dangerous than you imagine. Houses on the edge of the abyss, El Alto, Bolivia. In El Alto, Bolivia, there are houses built literally on the edge of massive cliffs. The ground in this region is unstable, made up of loose soil and fragile rock. Over the years, erosion caused by rain and wind slowly eats away at the land. These homes sit so close to the abyss that in some places, the backyard simply ends in empty space. Residents live daily with cracks in the walls, sloping floors, and the constant fear that a landslide could happen in the middle of the night. One structural failure, one heavier rainfall, and the entire house could plunge hundreds of meters below. Hanging houses. Cuenca, Spain. In the city of Cuenca, Spain, there are historic homes known as the hanging houses, or casas colgadas. These medieval structures were built directly into a rock wall, with balconies extending out over the cliff, with nothing beneath them but empty air. Although today they are tourist attractions, for centuries these houses were real homes. Imagine opening your window, and the ground simply disappearing. A structural collapse, a mild earthquake, or the wear of time could turn this postcard-perfect view into a tragedy. The Sutyagin House, Russia. The most dangerous wooden house in the world. This house in Russia became famous for being the tallest wooden structure ever built, reaching more than 13 stories high. The terrifying detail? It was built without engineers, without blueprints, and without permits. Everything was done improvised over many years, using nothing but wood and creativity. Over time, the structure became extremely unstable, swaying in the wind and posing a real risk of total collapse. Authorities eventually declared it a public danger, and it was demolished. For years, living there meant essentially residing inside a tower on the verge of falling apart. Solvay Hut, Matterhorn Mountain, Switzerland. At over 4,000 meters above sea level, in the middle of one of the most dangerous mountains in the world, stands a small shelter called the Solvay Hut. It wasn't built for comfort. It was built for survival. This refuge is used only in emergencies by climbers facing snowstorms, avalanches, and extreme temperatures. Oxygen is scarce, winds are brutal, and a single mistake can result in a fatal fall. Sleeping here means being surrounded by ice, absolute silence, and the constant possibility of not surviving until sunrise. House on the Katski Pillar, Georgia. Imagine living on top of a 40-meter-high stone pillar, completely isolated from the ground. This is the Katski Pillar House in Georgia. For centuries, access was possible only through makeshift ladders and ropes. Today, there is a metal staircase. but the danger remains extreme. One slip could be fatal. The site was inhabited by monks seeking total isolation, even knowing they were living in one of the most dangerous places imaginable. Jean-Antoine Carrel Refuge, Italy. Built on a narrow ledge of the Matterhorn, this refuge seems to defy gravity itself. It hangs above steep slopes, surrounded by ice, wind, and unpredictable storms. Avalanches, falling rocks, and sudden weather changes make this location extremely risky. It's a place where nature sets the rules, and humans are nothing more than fragile visitors. Houses of Castellfollit de la Roca, Spain. This entire village was built on a narrow volcanic cliff. The houses line up exactly along the edge of the precipice, with walls ending just centimeters from the void. Despite appearing stable, the real danger comes from the natural erosion of the basalt rock. A geological fault, a mild earthquake, or simply the passage of time could cause devastating collapses. It's a beautiful town, and an extremely dangerous one. Isolated house on Ellida Island, Iceland. A single house, no roads, no neighbors, no nearby towns. This solitary cabin sits on a remote island in Iceland, surrounded by icy waters and violent winds. Extreme isolation turns any emergency into a potentially fatal situation. With no quick access to help, a simple fall, illness, or storm can become a death sentence. Here, loneliness is just as dangerous as the environment itself. These houses prove that human beings are capable of living anywhere, even when it means defying death every single day. Now I want to know, which of these houses would you never dare to live in? Leave your comment. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring the most extreme and unbelievable places in the world. Because here, the impossible exists.